know that since we began this journey that our names are still the same.
Because they wouldn't be.
So, how are you doing? How's your week going?
Well, you know, it could be worse. Definitely. It could also be better.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
What's that from?
I don't
Do I know that? This is the question I always have to ask myself. Do I know what he's referring to?
What 90s reference is this?
Here in the Netherlands, it's still very wet and very cold. We had snow this weekend, which was a joyous occasion, which lasted for less than 12 hours, but it was there.
I was very, very happy about the snow.
Yes.
First snow of the winter.
I'm so happy! First snow for winter! Woo!
And
Probably the last. How was your week?
my week was nice. Yeah, we're in lockdown still. But staying positive and staying busy. We have fun, right?
Yeah, sure. Things might not be the best right now, but there's always stuff to enjoy around us, right?
Very true. Yeah, it can be hard sometimes to recognize those things. It's nice to try and focus on what we have
Yeah.
and the nice positive things within that.
And try to connect with the people around you as much as you still can. Yeah, hi, Chris.
I was just calling to let you know that I love you.
Oh.
Connection, which for me is something that I've really been exploring more in the last few months. Rediscovering and maintaining connection with friends and family from overseas, and also even something like this. It's quite lovely rediscovering what that means to me and ways to go about it when the face-to-face thing is different at the moment or limited. This was also something that came from the podcast, which was...
From the Life is Peachy podcast. If you do not know it, go and listen to it now. It's only Dave talking with someone else who is not me.
We are recording.
Episode 4 with Mikey Doling from Snot. Snot have a really interesting story because they essentially were only a band for 4 years, 1994 to 1998.
True.
Oh, and you were born smack bang in the middle of that.
Yes, of course I was.
Okay, sorry.
It's gonna restart it.
Unfortunately, in 1998, their original vocalist James Lynn Strait passed away in a car accident, along with his dog, Dobbs. They died in a... Yeah, and the dog is the cover of the album, Get Some.
Oh, it's the bulldog. No, it's not a bulldog. It's a boxer.
Yeah,
It's a really great
we'll
dog.
insert the
With
breed
a ball.
here.
It's got a ball. He died too.
Hi, I'm Kurt Loder with MTV News. Singer James Lynn Strait of the hardcore band Snot was killed along with his dog Dobbs, the band's mascot and cover canine, in a 6-car collision in California last Friday afternoon.
The dog was the actual mascot of the band, also appeared in a lot of the promo photos, in the music videos, and of course the album cover for 1997's Get Some. The thing about Snot is they still feel very much present, even though they were a band that released one album and also were only active for 4 years before
They only
he passed.
released one album. Really?
Exactly. Yeah, there's something special about that, and it comes down perhaps also to the thing of someone gone too soon and the whole, oh, the best was yet to come, what could have been. It really creates this universe for the band as well, because there's the longing and the dreaming of something more. But what they left us already was a punk rock album that just kind of resonated with not only fans but a lot of their peers in the scene. And this was a time, particularly in LA, where so many bands were coming up through the club scene, and record labels would send out their reps to shows to watch the bands that were creating this buzz, and lots of these bands were being signed at the same time to major record deals.
Wow.
Then as a fan, getting kind of exposed to all these bands all at the same time, it felt really cool and exciting because it felt like a family and it was all connected. And what we're going to watch today is a song from the tribute album that was released for Lynn Strait. It was released in the year 2000 and it's called Straight Up. and it features so many artists singing on songs that of course don't feature Lynn's voice, but the music was written by members from Snot, and then they brought in all their friends to provide vocals for the songs. And this came out before I discovered Snot, so I essentially discovered Snot because of this, because Snot came out too early for me. I was just discovering Metallica, Pantera, Sepultura, and Snot weren't really big in Australia, but quite an interesting experience getting to know a band, and then in this case a singer, after that person had passed on, or after the band had broken up. It was quite powerful witnessing the impact of someone through the eyes of their peers and their friends, and Straight Up was a creation of that emotion. It was a creation as a result of that loss. And the song that I wanted to share with you today was the single from the album. It's called Angel's Son. You asked me the other day what it's like to lose someone, or if I've experienced that, and I think the profound thing about this in particular is perhaps the age as well. You know, taken quite early. 30 is still very young, and it just really plays on that aspect of the best was yet to come, or what was still to come for something that was so exciting and amazing. Episode 4, this is Angel's Son from the Straight Up tribute album.
Straight Up. I'll just go like this. Just checking my hair. Okay. Someone with a doggy.
Dobbs was the dog name.
Dogs.
So the guy with the dreadies, he was in Snot also, the bass player. So, Lynn's mum and sister. That's Mikey.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
And now like everyone starts coming out.
Yes. Oh my God,
All the bands. I just feel it feels so authentic as well.
Yeah.
Really nice. Kitty!
Yay! I like the vocals.
Sorry?
I like the vocals.
Yeah, he's got such a powerful voice. That guy's from Seven Dust too.
Okay. Who did they use to play?
I'm not sure. And what he's wearing is kind of what
He always
he wore a lot,
Yeah.
or what he's associated with visually. Just singlets and baggy pants or shorts.
I think it's a very sweet video.
It is, isn't it?
Yes!
Angel Sun!
Angel Sun!
Straight up. Straight up.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really sweet music video and concept. It's interesting for me because I have no emotional ties with the music whatsoever, and so I also don't feel melancholy about this. I only just learned of his early death, which is really tragic, of course. I think grieving is something that isn't really recognized as an important process in nowadays society, and I think, you know, that might take your whole life to grieve someone you love. When, for example, this music is about someone that I have no clue about, for me it might feel a bit melodramatic, but I can really recognize the sincerity in it for other people, and I really appreciate that. And I think them all sharing in that, and, you know, being around the campfire is really nice.
Having Lynn in there as the spirit, it could so easily have felt cheesy.
It did feel a bit cheesy for me.
Oh, it did? Yeah. I thought it was quite a nice touch to emphasize the fact that even though someone's gone, they still can be very much present and be with you still, whether that's through memories or entity or spirit. I thought it was a nice touch in a way as well for closure, because no one really got a chance to say goodbye to him or anything like that. And yeah, even just like the shot where towards the end he's standing behind his mum.
I thought the singer from Seven Dust, am I saying that right, was both of them had really nice voices. I really enjoy that classic rock sound, the Pearl Jam feel of it. It was really nice. In general, it felt a bit towards that, raw but still melodic. It's a good combination. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a mellow song in a way, right?
Yeah.
It has heavy elements, but it still is quite mellow, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, I was excited about this one because I thought, as a song, you'll probably enjoy listening to this one as an experience somewhat.
What would Chris do? What would Chris do?
So
I only just saw this. What would Chris do? What would I do? Would I maybe... Okay.
2, 1.
What would Chris do? Okay, I was thinking about it just now because, you know, I only just saw this. I don't think this is more fun than you think it is. I'm just not that good at it. I don't think I would change much about it because I think probably, I don't know this for sure, but probably the people who made this music video in some way or shape were connected to this person and we're also grieving. And I kind of don't want to meddle with that.
It feels organic in the sense that it would be a campfire tale or a campfire moment.
Yeah.
And I like the organicness of that. I think it's a nice way that they went about doing the music video, just kind of keeping it simple and about the emotion.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed the storytelling aspect of it. Like you say, like it's a campfire, it's a tale. You're talking about someone and maybe a time that you lost. Anyone remembering or grieving someone that they loved, you know, that needs to be honored. And I think they're doing a great job at that. Also at bringing everyone together and sharing it with the fans, who obviously are also in their own way going through this experience. I can really imagine that if you were a fan and you maybe in your 20s around the time that this happened, that the death of someone you really admire and is present in your life through music, it still has a huge impact on you. So I really enjoy that.
Yeah, nice.
I'm still on cam. Of course, it's a dance.
So now that you've experienced Angel Sun from the Straight Up tribute album, time to let us know how many peaches.
You know what? I give it 4 peaches.
Okay. 4.
I think the whole concept of the album is very unique and lovely in its own right. does catch my attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is fun.
That's cool to hear because that's exactly what really happened for me.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
discovering this song on music video programs and the press for the album and reading everything, seeing all those faces that I knew. I then straight away was like, I have to discover the Snot. What's this
Yeah.
all about? And that's how my journey with Snot began. And yeah, it just happened to
Funny
also.
sentence in itself.
Yeah. Didn't read it. You
This
can
is
pick
how
it
my
up.
journey was swung again.
The year 2000 was just firing on all cylinders for me, just getting hit with all this amazing music.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
at that point in time in my life, being so open and susceptible for it. So I think
Very new.
what happened back then was there was also just so much more mystique because of that sense of discovering the music I was discovering at the time. So the story mixed with just where I was at that point in time in my life was just a lovely bottle of lightning
Yes.
that just happened at the right time for me to begin my journey discovering Snot.
Can you believe it? The camera turned off. You should like and comment and subscribe because it helps out.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the camera.
That was the most enthusiastic reaction. Yeah. He wants it. So don't worry.
Sometimes I just like blank out.
Veg
Like,
out.
yeah, exactly. If you were a fan of the Straight Up album when it was released back in the year 2000, down in the comments, I'd love to hear what some of your favorite tracks were, or what was your favorite guest vocal experience.
Or what did you think about the music video in general? Was this your first time seeing it? Like me? Just let us know how it was and share it with your mates. What do they have to do in this time? You
Yeah,
can just watch this too and help us out.
come hang out with us again. And so until then, Chris,
See you.
as always, pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It was a pleasure, sir.
And to all friends and family around the world, and to you guys watching this,
Yeah.
best wishes and
We're thankful that you were here. Thanks for sharing your time with us. You're loved,
Big
you're
love.
cool. We'll see you
yeah,
next time.
jealous of that. Bye. I feel like I'm watching like one of those aerobics videos. And I'm like,
I
Yeah.
don't watch aerobics.